Here's the other thing. Let's be real. I think I'm going to go to George Soros and say, George, Mr. Soros, I want you to give me $100,000 to invest in, this project I'm doing. Make sure this logo is covered up. You know why? Because one, people think I'm funded by George Soros anyway. I'm like, where's my check then? If people are going to give me hell because I give an opinion that's counter to the prevailing opinion on the far left, then all of a sudden, oh, you must be getting a check from George Soros. You know what? Let me go find Mr. Soros. Where do I apply to get my check? Number two, the reason I might go ask George Soros for some money is because it is completely asinine to believe that everyone who has ever accepted corporate money or money from someone you think is the devil is equally the devil. It's ridiculous. And I got into a conversation. Let me start this conversation very lightly here. I got into it, and I'm all off topics, and I got to get back. I only got 20 minutes. I like to respect other content creators. I've never done a segment on my show about another YouTube content creator. I'm thinking hard, unless it was like a conservative. Like I talk about them all the time. I didn't kiss my ass. But like another progressive, I like to respect our space because I don't think we need a whole lot of infighting. But I think we as content creators have a responsibility to be true to ourselves and be true to what we believe is true. Now, with a person like me who holds himself to that standard, that means I am going to find myself on the opposite side of the equation, of the argument, to people I'm normally an ally with. Case in point, I am on the opposite side of the argument with most people with regard to Keith Ellison. We're here. Let's just go. Let's just do it. All right. I'm on the opposite side of the equation of many progressives who are now making the case that Keith Ellison is an inside man. He is the Manchurian progressive, and he's there as a representative of Hillary Clinton because they have pictures of him with George Soros's grandson, and because he took money from a PAC funded by George Soros, and because he tweeted out some support for the attack on Libya and support for the war in Syria. As a result of that, he is clearly a Hillary Clinton inside man. He's clearly a Manchurian progressive, really set there to be the lesser of two evils juxtaposed to Howard Dean. And if they put Howard Dean up to make him look like he's the bad guy, then we can all fall for Keith Ellison, and then we'll see he's the good guy. And then poof, we've all fell for the lesser of two evils again. All right, this is going to tie into the state level. Watch this. Here's the thing. There is no such thing as a politician with clean hands. Even more precisely, there's no such thing as a politician who's in a position to do good or to do bad with clean hands. Especially if your definition of clean hands is they can't take corporate money or they can't have any ties to billionaires. Done. There's nobody in the game. Bernie Sanders somewhere along the line has taken some money. And matter of fact, you guys have already many people have written Bernie Sanders off because he endorsed Hillary Clinton. Like now he's just poof, he's gone. This rejection of lesser evilism, I told you guys, it always is a gateway for greater evil. Thinking that you can simply say, I don't see a difference between Howard Dean and Keith Ellison. If you don't see a difference between Howard Dean and Keith Ellison, hear me loudly and clearly, you are not qualified to be in this conversation. You just simply should not do politics if you don't see the difference between Howard Dean and Keith Ellison. That type of thinking always opens us up to a greater evil, because there have been so many, including, and I'm gonna call names out because it's been, well, I'm not gonna call out all the names because I'm respecting YouTube content creator space. Okay. But Tim Canova was a candidate, been on my show, and he's putting up all these names of people that he would prefer versus Keith Ellison, but none of the people he prefers is even running. It's like, how do you prefer? Oh, I want this person, and not A, B, C, and D. You want A, B, and C, and D are not running. And so what it does, it leaves us completely, and yes, us, and I'll tell you why I'm saying us now, it leaves us completely vulnerable to someone who is actually a lobbyist. If you can't tell the difference between someone who takes money from a lobbyist and an actual lobbyist, I don't think you're really qualified to be in this conversation anymore. I respect your opinion, but not on that. I'll respect your opinion at another time, but not on that. Like we could be allies, but not on that issue. No, not on that issue. I'm done with that. Because you're going to be chasing after Cornel West to be the chair of the DNC when Cornel West is in absolutely zero position to be the chair of the DNC. Keith Ellison is the closest thing that we have to a progressive who's actually in a position to take over the Democratic Party. I'm going to go one step further. We're here. People who are pushing, and a lot of people didn't like that I tweeted this out, so I'll give you specific names. People who are pushing so hard against Keith Ellison, some of them are directly tied to the Green Party. How would you even think that the Green Party would actually want a real progressive to lead the DNC? No, it corners them completely out the market, even though they only have 0.7% of the market share. Yes, I'm a dick tonight. Y'all, hey, it is what it is. I'm just telling you like I feel it so we can just be clear. We can be clear. I can ride with you because here's the thing. My problem with Hillary Clinton was not that she wasn't a perfect progressive. It wasn't that she was, I didn't think she was evil. I already told you that. I don't think she's a devil. My problem with Hillary Clinton is that I knew, and I got the receipts, go look, I knew she couldn't beat Donald Trump. I started believing the polls at the end, but if you check my record through and through, I knew that Donald Trump was not, more so than Hillary Clinton, I knew that Donald Trump was not susceptible to the identity politics that was Hillary Clinton's only play. That was my beef with Hillary Clinton. My beef with Hillary Clinton is not your beef with Hillary Clinton. And so the fact that Bernie Sanders endorsed Hillary Clinton did not make Bernie Sanders the devil to me like he became the devil to some progressives. The fact that Keith Ellison endorsed Hillary Clinton did not make Keith Ellison the devil to me like he did some of you. For me, it simply means Keith Ellison wants to remain a power player or become a power player in the Democratic Party. And because he endorsed Hillary Clinton, he is actually in position to take over the Democratic Party. Now, let me go back to what I was saying about the Green Party. There are people tied. Some of the articles that you guys are passing around, they're articles from the Black Agenda Report. I know the Black Agenda Report well. Bruce Dixon, Glenn Ford, they are part. Bruce Dixon in particular is a part. He leads the Georgia Green Party. And he is one of the number one people who these articles are being passed around by, being attacking. All of your talking points are coming from a Green Party leader. So it just makes sense to me that the Green Party would not be interested in getting, first of all, the Green Party doesn't think anybody's progressive but them. I'm just getting in all kind of trouble tonight. Fuck it, right? Nobody's progressive enough. But do you realize, and I'm coming full circle, do you realize that this purity test is itself becoming the greater evil? Because we are in a vulnerable situation, and I'm going to give you exactly what I mean. Here we are with a choice between a lobbyist and someone who takes money from lobbyists. And people are acting like there's no difference between the two, so that's going to end up giving us the lobbyist instead of a person who is pretty progressive and takes money from a lobbyist. But because you want to reject the lesser evil, you want to make them the same, and so we're going to end up with Howard Dean. Likewise, we're going to keep waiting on the perfect progressive candidate, and we're going to march our way one step closer, state by state by state, closer to the Republican Party having an amendment-sized majority of state legislatures.